So let's go back to the principles of classical nonviolent communication, because those are 4 really beautiful practices for you to use to ground yourself in. What am I noticing? Observations. What am I feeling? What am I needing? And what am I wanting? Okay, so that's my position. And then taking time to take the other person's perspective. What are they noticing? What might they be feeling? What might they be needing? And what might they be asking for? So I do a lot of prep work on those 8 pieces of information. What am I noticing, feeling, needing, and wanting? What might this other person be noticing, feeling, needing, and wanting? And that's where we begin. All right, let's imagine that every time my daughter borrows my car, I want her to fill up my gas tank. And we have an agreement that you're going to fill up my gas tank when you borrow my car. And that's the agreement. And she borrows my car and I assume the gas tank is getting filled. And then I realize it's not getting filled. And I say, listen, this is the thing we agreed on. Just a reminder, if you're going to borrow my car, please bring it back with a full gas tank. Yes, 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 absolutely. If you don't do that, I'm not going to let you, we're not going to have this agreement. You're not going to borrow the car. Or we're going to have to figure out a new agreement. Fine, fine, fine. Yes, of course I'm going to do that. I always do that. Okay. And now we're at a place where the car has been used and the gas tank is empty. And now I realize, oh, we've had a few conversations about this. There's been agreement, nothing is changing, and it's continuing. Okay, so we'll use this as an example, for example. Yeah. So I'm noticing that the gas tank is empty. And I'm also remembering you borrowed the car. Is that what you're noticing too? Do you know what I'm talking about? We start with shared humanity. Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. I know. Whatever it is. I was really late. I'll get to it, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So now I'm going to start with empathizing with the other person. So, okay, great. I'm glad I'm glad we're on the same page. I'm wondering, are you exhausted at the end of the night? What's happening? I want to understand what's happening that's getting in the way of this thing being done. What is happening for you? Because I can see you have the intention of doing it and it's hard for you to do it. It's not happening. So something's getting in the way. I wonder if we can think together about that and maybe do some strategizing. Maybe the agreement we made isn't really workable. Maybe we need to make some changes to the agreement. But here's my boundary. I want there to be, so in this case, it's a little artificial, but I want there to be reciprocity and care for one another. What is the principle that I'm going to bat for? And when I get into my car, I want there to be a full tank of gas. That's what I want. Do you have any problems with that? Do you have any disagreement with that? Is there anything about that that you don't agree with, that you don't like, that you don't accept? We might have that conversation. Because we really want to slow the conversation down and unpack. There's a good reason why this isn't happening. And I'm going to assume that driving the car and not filling up the gas tank is the best strategy that she has in this moment for meeting her need. So I want to know what that need is. What is the need that she's meeting? Is it ease? Is it, I'm going to just guess ease at this moment. Is it energy management? Is it, what is it? Is it thinking that it doesn't have to be when she drops it off as long as she gives me the money? Has she converted this agreement into mom just wants the money and it's not, is there just a misunderstanding about the need that I'm trying to get met? So that's where we're going to have the conversation. And I might say, I have a real need for predictability and ease. When I get in my car, I just want the gas tank filled. And as long as that can happen, we're golden. You can borrow the car. If that's not happening, we're going to have to figure out something else. And then we hold a dilemma together. We kind of hold what should we do? I want this to work for you and I want this to work for me. Here are my values and principles. It sounds like these are your values and principles. How, and this is always in the conversation. How can we get there? How can we get to a place where we're both equally important? Both of our needs matter. What do we want to do? And I also want to get really clear on what I'm not going to continue doing. But my focus is on what I am willing to do and not willing to do. I am not willing to give you my car keys. It's just a boundary. You do whatever you want, honey. You can bike, you can, I don't know what you need to do, but I'm not willing to give you my car keys if blah, 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 or I'm willing to give them to you when blah, blah. We've just got to figure that out. When we get to enforcing a boundary, it is an if-then conversation. It is a conditional conversation. And it's not, and the trick is to not make it about the other person being bad and wrong. Okay, so there's nothing in that about you're irresponsible, you lied, you disagree, like none of that. We depathologize the whole thing. It's an engineering problem. It is neutral. It is a dilemma that we both have. It's a negotiation. It's a what's working and what's not working. And often when we get to enforcing a boundary, that's a cue that not all of the information that was needed originally is in the explicit space. So we really want to get all the information in the explicit space. We may come up with another agreement. Like we may come to, I'm out late. I don't want to stop at a gas station at 3 a.m. It doesn't feel safe. Great. I can completely join you there. I don't want you stopping at a gas station at 3 a.m. either if you're not feeling safe. Lovely. So let's see what we can do about that. Yes, my need for your safety is actually higher than my need for ease and predictability and getting that information. Let's find a new way of doing this. What if you just pay me a weekly fee for use of the car? Would that be better? Now, maybe I don't get my need for ease and predictability in the way that I was hoping, but I am getting safety. And you know what I'm saying? So we both come in with a willingness to shift and to come up with a way of doing this that works better for both of us.